AI will feel like oxygen around 2025. We use Claude to explain the universe, Gemini to arrange our journey, and ChatGPT to compose our reports. These systems seem endless, quick, amiable, and constantly accessible. But here's the thing. Silicon Valley doesn't advertise. An unseen army of money, labor, and robots powers all of those simple responses. In reality, what appears to be instant intelligence on your screen is the result of a massive industrial system that uses an incredible amount of materials, water, and electricity. We're going to uncover the true cost of advancement tonight, as well as the hidden expenses that Gemini and ChatGPT bear. Number 8, the billion-dollar brains. Each new AI model is a new chapter in the history of computing expenses since they are taught on such a massive scale. According to reports, OpenAI's GPT-4 cost more than $100 million in compute time alone and used tens of thousands of NVIDIA A100 and H100 GPUs while running continuously for months. Without accounting for electricity costs, engineering wages, or the months of subsequent human testing, the estimated cost of training Google's flagship AI, Gemini Ultra, is about $191 million. According to researchers, the cost of creating a new frontier model increases approximately every 12 to 18 months. The following generation, which includes the GPT-5, Gemini 2, and Claude 3.5 Ultra, may cost $500 million in total by 2026. The outcome? The advancement of AI is now constrained by who can afford to pay for it, rather than by creativity or algorithms. Number 7, the power problem. No one talks about. Even while each AI response you get could just take a few milliseconds, the electricity used to fuel it is nearly imperceptible to customers. Every prompt you send passes via massive data centers that are packed with powerful processors that are operating at full capacity. Each ChatGPT query uses approximately 0.3 watt-hours of energy, roughly 10 times more than a Google search, according to recent estimates. When you compound it by tens of billions of inquiries each year, you get hundreds of megawatt-hours of electricity daily, which seems like a very small amount. AI workloads might raise worldwide data center power demand by 160% by 2030, according to Goldman Sachs. This rise would be so significant that some utilities are already developing new power plants specifically for AI clusters. Additionally, OpenAI's proposed Stargate facility, the largest AI super data center in the world, might need 10 gigawatts of power, which is the same amount of electricity used by 1.8 million US homes. Because entire power grids are bending to keep AI alive, we claim that it is always online. Number 6, the thirsty machines. Water is the other secret component of the AI revolution. Electricity is only half the story. Large data centers produce a lot of heat, and continuous cooling is the only way to maintain their stability. Water-based evaporative systems, which can utilize millions of liters a day, are used in the majority of AI facilities. AI data centers may need more than 1 trillion liters of water annually by 2028, an 11-fold increase from 2024, according to a 2025 Morgan Stanley estimate. It is expected that each 100-word ChatGPT response will drink roughly 500 milliliters of water, or a small bottle. According to Google, its data centers in the United States alone consumed more than 5 billion liters of water in 2023, with a large portion of that water being used for AI training. Somewhere in the world, turbines turn and cooling towers emit steam plumes when people idly enter. Write me a song. Electricity and water vapor will power the next industrial revolution instead of oil. Number 5, the hidden human cost. Despite its promise of automation, artificial intelligence still significantly relies on humans. Thousands of workers in nations like Kenya, the Philippines, and Venezuela spent countless hours examining sexual, violent, or upsetting information before ChatGPT ever made it to your screen. This helped the AI learn what to ignore. Some moderators were paid as low as $2 an hour to filter upsetting material, while others suffered from emotional stress from seeing bad imagery on a daily basis, according to reports from OpenAI's 2024 contractors. Armies of data annotators go beyond moderation to label content, check outputs, and polish responses. Press releases hardly ever mention them by name, yet every safe response you see is the result of their labor. The narrative of unseen labor, cleaning the internet's darkest corners so your AI can seem polite, is a very human tale hidden behind the glittering veil of artificial intelligence. Number 4, the data gold rush. Data is the lifeblood of AI models like ChatGPT and Gemini. Trillions of words taken from books, forums, scholarly publications, and social media are used to train them. Authors, artists, and publishers filed more lawsuits in 2025 when more creators realized their work had been utilized without their consent. This massive data pool grows with every prompt you type, correction you make, and document you upload. Users themselves are unknowing trainers since OpenAI and Google use that feedback to enhance their models. Our collective talks have evolved into the most important resource on the planet, human language, thanks to this never-ending cycle of learning from interaction. While AI claims to provide us with information, it is actually harvesting our knowledge, which is a startling irony. The intelligence that will eventually charge you for access may be shaped by what you say today. Number 3, the infrastructure explosion. AI is being incorporated into the ground, not dwelling in the cloud. New AI megacenters are emerging like digital factories all over the world. A $500 billion project that is reported to span several US states, OpenAI's Stargate complex will hold millions of GPUs and need entire power grids of its own. Google, Amazon, and Microsoft are all vying to build larger, comparable facilities. The highly sought-after H100 chips from NVIDIA are referred to as digital gold because they cost more than $25,000. Semiconductor firms are growing fabrication facilities that use scarce elements like cobalt and lithium to supply them. Local governments are vying to host AI campuses in the meantime by providing energy and land incentives. A worldwide arms race of steel, silicon, and power is being created by the AI explosion, which is changing economies and landscapes. What started out as software has grown into a global building effort. Number 2, the environmental time bomb. The environmental impact of AI is growing more quickly than most experts anticipated. Data centers, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence collectively used 460 terawatt-hours of electricity in 2024, more than whole countries like Sweden or Argentina, according to the International Energy Agency. By 2030, that number might have doubled due to the rapid growth of AI. Large model training and operation result in massive carbon emissions. One large training run can release as much CO2 as 500 round-trip flights between New York and London. AI becomes the coal industry of the digital age when you factor in cooling water, rare earth mining for GPUs, and e-waste from old chips. The majority of models still operate on grids that are partially powered by fossil fuels, despite researchers' calls for green AI initiatives. AI may end up being one of the covert drivers of climate change, which is not what we wanted. Number 1, the illusion of free AI. Since you don't see the bill, AI feels liberated. It's as easy as opening ChatGPT, asking a question, and receiving a response. However, there is a cost chain that extends from silicon mining to power plants that underlies that connection. The world pays with water and emissions, you pay with electricity as your device and the servers consume power, and you pay with data as your prompts train future versions. In the meanwhile, businesses use data monetization, enterprise licensing, and premium plans to recover costs. Each free query is subtly supporting an ecosystem worth trillions of dollars. In actuality, we are AI's fuel rather than only its users. Furthermore, the true cost of AI will continue to be concealed behind smiling digital assistants and welcoming chat bubbles unless transparency increases. So the next time you open ChatGPT or Gemini, remember it's not just code responding to you. It's billions of dollars in machines, millions of gallons of water, and countless hours of unseen human labor, all working behind that glowing screen. AI may seem limitless, but the world that powers it isn't. Every click, every question, every instant answer has a footprint, one we can't afford to ignore forever. If this opened your eyes to what really fuels our so-called smart future, hit that like button not for the algorithm, but to spread awareness of the truth behind the tech. Subscribe if you want more deep dives into the realities big tech doesn't want you to see. Because the story of AI isn't over, it's just beginning, and trust me, you'll want to know where it goes next.